This is The Issue, and I am the Ghetto Man. Today's issue, the fifth plank of the Communist Manifesto, the centralization of credit in the hands of the states by means of a national bank with state capital and an exclusive monopoly. Don't go away. We'll be right back. The fifth plank of the Communist Manifesto, the centralization of credit in the hands of the states by means of a national bank with state capital and an exclusive monopoly. Well, if you've been following this series of videos on communism, you have probably discovered that the turning point, that point where communism got its foothold in the United States, was 1913. In 1913, we had the purported ratification of the 16th Amendment that supposedly created an income tax. We learned that the then Secretary of State, Philander Knox, falsified the records pertaining to the ratification of the 16th Amendment and claimed that it had been ratified when in fact it had not. Later, we had a Supreme Court ruling that ruled that the 16th Amendment did not grant Congress any new taxing powers. Going against the Supreme Court's ruling, Congress, without any constitutional authority, gave the IRS the power to lay and collect taxes on incomes anyway. Nowhere in the Income Tax Code, Title 26, does it define who is made liable under the code, nor does it define what income is. And at the same time, 1913, when this was all taking place, we had the passing of the Federal Reserve Act, which established a national, or as we call it, a central bank to control all credit, state capital, and has full control of our nation's economy by an exclusive monopoly over the creation and control of our nation's money through fiat. Fiat money, money that has no value, based and backed by nothing. And this money that is based and backed by nothing and has no value is then loaned to the United States of America at full face value plus interest, thus creating an unnecessary, because the U.S. can create its own money interest-free, unsustainable national debt. In the United States, our monetary system is based upon a commodity. It's based upon property. It's based upon real wealth. It's based upon what we call lawful money. Gold and silver coin, as mandated by the Constitution of the United States pursuant to Article 1, Section 8 and Article 1, Section 10. Article 1, Section 8 says that the Congress will have the power to coin money, regulate the value thereof, and of foreign coin, and fix the standard of weights and measurements. Article 1, Section 10 states that no state shall make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debts. Okay, I have a video out called Lawful Money. It's a basic introduction to money. I'll put it in the link below, and I suggest that you watch it because it will give you a better understanding of how the monetary system is supposed to work under our Constitution. Cash is gold and silver coin. Cash is not pieces of paper or blips and numbers on a computer screen. In fact, cash does not even exist in the United States anymore. What we call cash is not cash at all. What we do is we use little blue-green pieces of paper, Federal Reserve notes, issued by a communist national bank. Not only is the Federal Reserve the fifth plank of the Communist Manifesto, the Federal Reserve is a privately owned company that is not part of the U.S. government at all. The Fed, the Federal Reserve, creates money, sets interest rates, and controls all credit in America. It makes its own independent policies and is free from any government control whatsoever, and it has never been audited by the IRS. Why is that? Well, the reason that the Fed has never been audited by the IRS is because the IRS is the Fed's collection agency. Please see my video on the second plank of the Communist Manifesto. I'll put it in a link in the comment section below. As long as we use the Federal Reserve's worthless fiat banknotes, the Fed owns every square inch of the United States and everything in it, including you. The borrower is servant to the lender. It is a slave-master relationship. Why? Debt is slavery. Until the national debt is paid off, the Fed has title to the entire United States of America, lock, stock, and barrel. In fact, the Federal Reserve is the only reason that we have a national debt in the first place. There would be no national debt if we were still obeying the Constitution and practicing the law pursuant to Article 1, Section 8 and 10 of the United States Constitution. And if that's not enough to top this whole communist scenario off, we have, occurring at the same time in 1913, the ratification of the 17th Amendment as well, removing the appointment of U.S. senators by the states to the election of U.S. senators by the people instead. By doing this, the states lost control of their congressional representation altogether and lost it to the whims of democracy. The states could no longer recall a senator that wasn't towing a constitutional line and representing the state's best interest in Congress. Now, U.S. senators are controlled through elections by communist special interest groups like the Democratic Party, who promote the overthrow of our constitutional republic with their socialist, communist, fascist, anti-American agenda. Remember, all of these things took place in 1913, and all of these things are paramount to the establishment of communism in a nation. Coincidence? I'll let you be the judge. Every man, woman, and child in the United States today practices the fifth plank of the Communist Manifesto just like Karl Marx outlined it in the Communist Manifesto. Welcome to Communist America. How does it feel to be a practicing communist? I am the Ghetto Man. Thank you for watching. If you're politically correct, then you're legally wrong. And if you're not part of the solution, then you are the problem. Long live the Republic. Please subscribe and please share.